And baby, you be saying that you want me. All this luxury don't mean nothing at all.
She can have anyone she want, but she showed me she already knew what's up.
She a go-getter, no broke niggas. Hourglass body, got that photo figure. But the camera flash, she like no pictures. Time looking like you're moving slow-mo with ya. Shorty hella bad and she know it. Yeah, she know. She shake it by the hands and she throw it like CeeLo. Feel like something pulling us together. But Cheeto, I'll be locked down for a minute. Free Greedo. She got $1 million smiles, so you know the rest is mad guap. Bad hot. Ask me what my type is. She in caps lock. Whipping something looking like a replica.
What is going on, bro? Welcome to the video. Last night, I kept waking up because I kept having the same dream. I was dreaming about my French ass toast. Like, it's been probably 3 or 4 weeks since I've made it. So I woke up today, made the French toast. And the big news is that I'm no longer on my cutting diet, which means I don't only have to have sugar-free syrup. I can also have butter on my toast. And I know what you're thinking, that's a really big container of butter. I was actually thinking the same thing. I don't know why Julia bought this. Like, this is probably gonna last us for the next decade or so. Now, we're also gonna do a protein shake with 1.5 scoops of this chocolate peanut butter protein because, like, yes, eggs do have a little bit of protein in there, but aside from that, the French toast, this is mainly carbs. Ready? We know that Bo, the brother man, does not love my French ass toast. The question is, does Rolo like it? Ready? You want a piece of French ass toast? Yeah, get that French ass toast. You want a piece? No? As expected, it's approved by Rolo, but that doesn't mean much. This guy would probably eat like a piece of paper if I gave it to him. Now let's take a quick look at the macros for that meal. So I like to use this app called MyFitnessPal to track my calories. So if we go to my breakfast for today, you can see that was 1,069 calories, 131 carbs, 28 fat, 75 protons. And honestly, this is like the perfect size of breakfast for me because these right here, these are my new daily goals. Like, this is about how much I need to eat to maintain my weight. And that's important because right now I'm moving into a recomposition phase, which means I'm trying to slowly burn some more fat while slowly building some muscle. And I know you're thinking, bro, it's not possible to build muscle and burn fat at the same time. So let's sit down and let's talk about it. So I'm weighing in just over 185. And yes, I know I just ate, that can affect my weight, but I actually filmed that weigh-in shot earlier this morning before I ate because I'm smart like that and I was thinking ahead. But this is what my physique is looking like right now. I don't have a pump going except maybe a little belly pump from that French toast. And honestly, bro, like, I'm pretty happy with how lean I am. I don't really want to get any leaner than this because I'm not trying to like step on a bodybuilding stage or anything like that. But at the same time, I'm not ready to go back to bulking yet because the summer just started. And even if I do a lean bulk, I'm gonna gain a little bit of fat. And I don't want that when I'm about to be hanging out shirtless by the pool a lot. And this is why I'm attempting to do this recomposition. You know, the idea here is that if you're maintaining your body weight and at the same time you're training hard in the gym, you're training the right way, we'll talk more about that once we get to the gym, and you're also eating enough protein to maintain a high nitrogen balance in your muscles. And from all the research I've seen, this just means you need to eat more than 0.8 grams per pound of body weight. So for me, 185 times 0.8 gets you 148. That's the minimum protein I need to eat each day. If you're doing all these things right, the idea is that you're slowly gonna burn some fat while slowly building some muscle. Now the key word here is slowly. And when I say slowly, I mean very, very slowly. Like, if you're someone right now who really, you wanna be bigger and you wanna have more muscle mass, you're gonna be much better off going with a traditional bulk or a lean bulk where you gain 2 pounds per month because that's gonna give your body the extra energy it needs to efficiently build muscle. And the same thing goes, if you're someone who you really wanna get leaner and cut some body fat, then you're gonna be much better off focusing on only that goal and doing a traditional cut where you lose about 1 pound per week, because that's going to allow you to pretty quickly get lean. But if you're someone like me, and for the most part, you're pretty happy with how much muscle mass you have and you're pretty happy with how lean you are right now, then the recomposition can be a good option, because like if I went back to bulking up, I'd get a little bit chunky and I don't want that. And if I continue cutting, I'd have to lower my calories even more, which isn't fun, and I might lose some muscle mass in the process. So the recomposition, it allows you to maintain a body that you're proud of while very slowly, making improvements to that. Now, if you regularly watch my channel, then by now you're definitely familiar with the Lawnmower 3.0 from Manscaped. This is just the best tool for trimming your chest and your abs and making sure that you're always looking shredded. But you might not be familiar that they actually just released this little guy right here. This is called the Weed Whacker, and I've been waiting for something like this for a long time, bro, because I don't know about you, but my nose hairs grow very fast, and it's hard to trim those nose hairs. And if you don't trim them, you just straight up look kind of gross. And that's where the Weed Whacker comes in. This is a trimmer for your nose hairs as well as your ear hairs. If your hairs grow there, that's also gross. You need to trim them. This thing is built with the same skin-safe technology as the lawnmower, so you're never gonna accidentally cut yourself. It also has a powerful 9,000 RPM motor. It's waterproof. It's just something that every guy needs inside his bathroom. And bro, the good news is that because Manscaped is sponsoring the video today, they hooked us up with a secret code. If you use that, you're gonna get 20% off plus free shipping if you decide to pick up a Weed Whacker. You can also use that code to buy their Performance Package 3.0 that comes with the lawnmower trimmer and the Weed Whacker for a ridiculous price. All you gotta do is click that first link in description. Headed to the gym. Say what's up, Julia.
What up, guys?
And this little shake I just blended up. This is actually my post-workout shake, but I like to blend it up pre-workout, take it to the gym with me, put it in the refrigerator so it's ready to go right after the workout. And all that's in here, man, is a banana, 1 cup of milk, and then 1 scoop of mass gainer from Transparent Labs. And if we take a look at the macros for this meal, you can see it's solid, just under 600 calories, just under 100 carbs, and a good chunk of protein as well. Now, when I was cutting, I didn't use the mass gainer powder. Instead, I just used like 1 scoop of regular whey powder, but this has some extra carbs in there, and that's gonna help me get to my goals by the end of the day. All right, so right here, I have a little update for you. I know this looks like a sketchy looking bag of white powder. Plenty of you guys commented that last week, but last week I showed you like the first sample of the Beast Edition bulk pre-workout that I'm developing along with Transparent Labs. This right here is version 2. And I'm not gonna reveal the flavor yet. It's a secret flavor that I chose. Last week I told y'all that it's not breakfast taco. Today I'm gonna give you one more hint. It is also not French ass toast flavored. It's something different.
Ooh, you can really smell it.
Oh man, it smells just like it.
It does.
So last week with the first sample, I told you guys that the flavor was on point, but it just wasn't quite sweet enough. So I'm hoping that this one right here is a little bit sweeter. One more sip. It's definitely significantly improved. It's definitely sweeter. Personally, I think it could be even a little sweeter than this, but I like my pre-workouts being like super fucking sweet. What do you think? Small sip, by the way. I want
Big
most.
sip?
No, small sip. I want most of that for myself.
Oh, I think it's really good. I don't think it needs to be sweeter.
Anyway, stay tuned for updates. I still got to make sure like the formula's on point. I'm going to make some changes to that too. Hopefully it drops soon. So today is going to be a good old squat day, and it's actually the first time that I'm going to be squatting in these new shoes I got. These are called the Adidas Power Lifts. And back when I was going to the physical therapist, he mentioned to me that if I got some weightlifting shoes like this that have the raised heel in the back, it's going to make it a lot more favorable for like the position my spine is in. And this is actually a good tip for anyone who has trouble squatting low. If you get a shoe like this with a raised heel, it might make your life a lot easier. All right, now let's talk about what's the most effective training if you're trying to recomposition, build some muscle, lose fat at the same time. Well, first of all, like when I'm cutting, you guys have to realize that I like to drop my volume and my intensity. So when I'm cutting, I work out, 4 days per week. When I'm recomping or bulking, I'm gonna work out 5 days per week. And also when I'm cutting, my intensity is not as high. So I don't do like heavy squatting or heavy benching in as many days. I don't take as many sets of any of my exercises to failure, because when you're in a caloric deficit, your body doesn't have a lot of calories to work with, and it's gonna be harder for you to recover from like heavy training sessions. But when I'm recomping, I train exactly the same as if I was bulking, because like you need to give your body that stimulus. You need to give your body a reason to build new muscle. When you're cutting, you don't need to do that, because all you're trying to do is maintain muscle, and it just doesn't require as much work or as much intensity to maintain muscle. But in that recomp and in that bulk, again, I train 5 days per week, and also I try and increase every single week. I try and increase my lifts by 5 pounds. I try and squat 5 more pounds. I try and bench press 5 more pounds. And also for every other exercise that I'm doing, even if it's just curls, I'm gonna take at least one set, usually the last set, all the way to failure. When I'm cutting, I don't necessarily do that. Now, real quick, I do have to say, if you're someone who's new to the gym, you should not be working out 4 or 5 days per week. Like, generally, I recommend starting with a 3-day per week full body plan. Do that for 1 year, and then after that, work up to 4 days per week, and then little by little increase the volume. At first, you don't need that much volume to grow, and if you start with too much volume, then you can kind of plateau yourself because you don't have anywhere to increase the volume from there. I'm not gonna lie, man. Squatting with these shoes, significantly better. It feels significantly better. So today's my lower intensity, higher volume day. 3 sets of 10, 3, 15. Well, 2 sets of 10, last set to failure. Let's get it.
Introvert in an extrovert body. Never see her outside, reading books is a hobby. But when she exercises, she doing them Pilates, it can make a man kill. Call a lawyer for the hobby. Never thought I'd ever get caught up in the crossfire. So when I shoot my shot, I ain't playing, this ain't Fortnite. Queen of the South, I can tell you the boss type. Call me Jon Snow, you know I'm a rootin' off, right? I floss like something in my teeth caught tight. Have you bent over in front of me like I call height? So make yourself at home for this long night, cause we gon' get it on and poppin', girl, like it's on sight.
So wavy, it go crazy. You just so about it, baby. Throw shade in, don't entertain them. Hell no, yeah.
Baby, I can tell by how you want me. You don't care about my money at all.
She could have anyone she want, but she showed me she was down from the jump.
Nothing like a cold post-workout shake waiting for you after the workout in this 100-degree Texas weather. Now I'm gonna throw on the screen a little physique update that I just filmed at the end of the workout. And the reason I'm doing this is so in a month I can give you guys a progress update on my recomp. However, I would expect that in a month I'm looking a little bigger and fuller, because today's the first day that I'm increasing my carbohydrates since I'm changing from cutting to recomping. And when you increase the carbohydrates, you tend to get a little bit more water weight, and that tends to go to your muscles, and it makes you look a little bit more full. I'm just saying that because that's not going to be actual muscle gain. That's just expected when you increase your carb intake. Also, I just realized I have not given y'all an update on the fitness app I'm developing, which should be ready next month, July. I'm hoping. It's gonna be so dope, bro. Big shout out to SB Concept. They're the German app development team I'm working with, and they're killing it. Right here, I have a beta version of the app. It's far from complete. That's why it's in my web browser. Once it launches, it's going to be a standalone app for the iPhone and Android. But in this first tab, it's like where you choose your workout. There's going to be a bunch of different workouts to choose based on your experience level and whether you have access to a gym or not. And the coolest thing about this app, like I've never seen any program or app that does this. Not only is it going to track the weights you're using for every exercise, it's intelligently going to calculate your 1 rep max for every exercise and automatically suggest new weights for you to use each week, so that you're pushing yourself and you're automatically using progressive overload. If you take a look at the next tab, this is going to be like the diet tab, and you can see here there's going to be a bunch of recipes on the right, but the meal plan on the left is going to allow you to track which recipes you eat. So it's going to be like a simplified version of MyFitnessPal that tracks your macros for the day. Also never seen an app that does that. And honestly, there's way too many other cool, useful features that I don't have time to talk about in this video. Stay tuned. I'm going to reveal a lot more of this very soon. Bro, this is going to change the game. It's going to change the fucking game.
It's my first day not cutting, and bro, I've been craving a big juicy burger. So we're at In-N-Out. They got pretty decent burgers here. Not as good as Shake Shack, but this is the best like cheap fast food burger. We're about to eat it up.
My favorite drink in the world right here, Diet Lemonade.
Same.
So we're keeping it simple, double meats, animal style, no cheese, and some fries. If we pull up trusty MyFitnessPal and we take a look at this delicious meal right here, you can see it's right around 1,000 calories and kind of high on the fats. I'm not gonna lie, not too much protein, but I've had a lot of protein and carbs, low fat today, so it doesn't really ruin my diet. I'm still within my macros, and I've been craving this, bro. Like, this is gonna make me happy, and that's important. Wouldn't you say that happiness is important?
Happiness is very important.
So we're gonna wrap up today with a little berry protein sludge. All that's in here is strawberry protein, some frozen berries, and just like a splash of milk, plus a little bit of that whipped cream on top. Right, take a look at that right there. That's good. Exactly 300 calories, 29 carbs, a little bit of fat, 27 protein. And if we look at my totals for the entire day, you can see that I'm pretty much like dead on with my macros. 182 protein, 100 fats, 350 carbs. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, bro. I hope maybe it gave you some ideas of some tweaks maybe you can make right now or in the future to your diet or your training. If you made it to the end, I appreciate you so much. Smash that thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel, go ahead, click subscribe and turn notifications on because I drop 2 new videos every single week and you do not want to miss them. I will talk to all of y'all in the next video. Stay beastly.
Tell by how you want me, you don't care about my money at all.
She could have anyone she want, but she showed me she was down from the jump. Yeah,
Baby, you be saying